Ah, man. What a time to be alive, man.
Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir. Welcome to Discussing the Vibes, episode
5.
5. Dang, 5
That's
already?
rhymes, man. That rhymes. You gotta hit it.
Yes,
you gotta hit it a little harder than that,
we
man.
do, man. All right.
Discussing the Vibes, episode 5.
We made it to another episode.
Yeah.
Sorry, we've been away from some time. You know, work happens. You know, but we put in some time today on a beautiful Monday, even though it's a little chilly out, to come and spend time with the subscribers and all the viewers.
Yes, indeed. But you know, work wasn't the only reason why we was away from the mic for a bit, Sean.
That is true. That is true.
Work was not the only reason. Somebody has now shedded the crazy 20s for a more calming, impactful dirty 30.
Dirty 30. It's working on me, man. Just like the great Drake said, dirty 30 is working on me. And it is. I woke up that Monday or yesterday feeling like a new man. I was like, oh my God, I feel so good.
Oh, really?
Then I got tired.
Instantly.
Then I got tired so instantly, man. Then I did, man. So what's going on with you though?
Hey man, we ain't gonna leave this start to your 30th birthday here.
Yes, so
we're not gonna leave that, but things for me have been pretty interesting. For those who don't know me, I've been steadily working. You know, every time I get on here, something new is happening. Whether I'm on the streets doing a little bit of outreach and charity work, or you know, I'm creating slime with the kids at my job. Always something going on. But had a chance to go on a few interviews.
Yes, congratulations on the interviews.
I mean, we can't say congratulations till I get the gig.
I mean, at least you landed.
You know, so I mean, for those who want, you know, pray that I get it. You know, the increase in pay would be real nice. You know, considering these bills is tearing me a new hole in my pocket.
Well, listen, man. Like I always tell you, Zay, you know, you're gonna be great. Just be patient with the greatness, and it's gonna come. You know, you don't even lack at all. For the pain, you're not even numb.
Oh no!
That was a nice rhyme. That was a nice rhyme.
No.
You heard me about to get my
bars
bag
tonight. No bars tonight. We're gonna keep it real simple. No bars tonight.
I can tell you this: it's been some time since we recorded. I feel good. I felt like I accomplished a couple things. One, I made it to see a beautiful age of 30. You know, health-wise, I feel good lately. I mean, the last couple days I've been slacking off, but back in the gym tomorrow. You know, for those who don't know, I'm about to start flying.
Yes, indeed.
I'm gonna be starting school soon. You know, for private pilot license, something I've been wanting to do since I was a little shorty. So I'm really excited about that. Got my medical certificate for it.
Okay.
You know, just waiting till the summertime when I'm ready to start.
Standing ovation, Sean. Gotta clap it up. Gotta clap it up for sure.
Clap it up. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, man.
Yes, and what else has happened since then? That's it. That's about it. I can't think of nothing else.
Alright, man.
You got anything else that might have happened?
I got a whole lot that might have happened to you.
Okay. I gotta hear what this.
First of all, I do want to say congratulations on you know, accomplishing some things. You know, we both are back in the gym. Shout out to
haven't worked out together yet, but will soon.
How you just gonna step over my shout out though?
Excuse me.
Excuse you.
Excuse me.
Shout out to my man Arnell. You know who you are. You know, with his with his big workout group. You know, they're working together to get some things going. I'll put the link inside of the description. Y'all check them out. They're doing everything from you know, getting a group of trainers together, and they basically went and opened their own gym, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So beautiful, meeting young brothers who are not only about physical health, but mental health, and, working together. Cause we don't, it's a fading thing in our community. But before we get there, let's keep it on a positive note real quick, Sean.
Yes, sir.
Your 30th birthday.
Yes, man. And before we get into the nice festivities, I want to make a big shout out to all of my friends, my lovely lady that really put on a show for my birthday. It was extraordinary. I really felt special. I'm really surprised that, I don't know, it's not for me to ask. I'm just thankful that everybody did come together for my birthday, because I wasn't expecting everybody, all y'all to come, for real.
Hey, man.
I wasn't expecting that at all. It was a lot of thought, and I want to thank her, you, whoever else contributed to, getting everybody together. The food was good at the place. Though the wait was long, once we were seated, it was still a nice, exquisite, tasty food. And shout out to the Manhattan drink, because I did drink that drink, though.
You drunk about 4 of them.
No, I drunk about 2. We ain't doing that. Them alcoholic days are over with, man.
Over.
Last week.
Hey, man.
Talking, I got hit in my cup, right?
Yes, indeed, man. Don't sip too much. You start slurring. But yeah, man. No problem.
I do not own the copyright.
Yo, we gotta put out that blooper. But we segue too much. So let's start off by saying this, man. So your ideal for celebrating this year was to do something at least for half the month, correct? You was aiming for the whole month.
Yeah, but it was only like literally the last couple weeks.
The last 2 weeks, right? Yeah, half the month. So, which is a good thing, man. You got a good work, and we literally went all the way down to the last day of the month.
Yes.
And it's funny, because today is the first day of April.
Yes.
Not that I care, but for those who do, oh well. So, but now, like I said, man. It's funny, man, because I don't know where to start, but I want to jump into something.
What you want to jump into, man? Man?
All right, so before your actual birthday celebration, which we can get into that too, and I kind of give you a little rundown of how things happen.
Birthday was that couple weeks before. That week before was a little.
That week before.
I ain't gonna act like I was all that coherent now.
Yeah, man. So let's talk about that. So that week before, man, we goes to a nice little bar, Terminal 1.
After we went skating.
Oh, yes. So Sean is trying to get his 8 wheels on, man.
Yeah, man.
Trying to get his road bounce on.
Want to try something.
We gonna get you there. We gonna get you there, man. We gonna get you there. So after a nice little skating event, you wanna get your little cardio in. Yeah, skating is a good way to do it. You'll definitely work up a sweat. And
boy, was I sweating.
You was, man. So we goes to Terminal 1. Shout out to Terminal 1. Shout out. Lovely place in Elizabeth, right off of 1 and 9. You can't miss it. Get there kind of early, because sometimes parking can be a little hectic.
Yes, and I'm not paying $5 to park in that little parking lot. Nope.
Dang, man.
I'm not paying to park in it.
It's actually 15 at night.
Oh, it goes up at night.
It goes up.
Oh, so that's even more reason why I'm gonna avoid parking there.
But yeah,
just
man.
Just to go 2 steps, like, get out of here, man.
Yeah, so shout out to Terminal 1, but we sitting in there, and we've been there a few times, so we kind of know some of the faces.
Yes.
I met a lovely young lady who's in the broadcasting. Shout out. But that ain't why we here. We here to talk about the celebration.
Tell me about the celebration.
Man,
tell me about the celebration that night.
So you don't remember, cause you was a little lifted.
I was a little lifted, and it was dark in there.
It was dark, and we gonna blame it on the lighter? It wasn't that dark.
I tell you, when it's lighting involved, my mind in a whole nother time zone.
Man, I don't know. This time at least you wasn't running around like Speedy Gonzalez. You was centered. You was centered.
And I was seated.
You was seated on that bar stool, right? So we having a few drinks, eating some chicken wings. They're mild, and y'all know I love my spicy food, but they mild chicken wings that night was something delicious.
And the first time you thought you couldn't have it at first.
The first time I went, yeah, but for those who don't know, I have a pretty strict diet and eating habits, and I don't like things cooked together, especially pork, especially seafood. Those who observe what is called the dietary law, that's found in the book of Leviticus. But that ain't why we're here right now. But just a little tidbit for you. I found out that they have separate grills that they cook everything on. So they pork and seafood gets cooked in a separate location than they regular food, which is good. That's we can't get everything precise and perfect, but that's a nice compromise. I can work with it, especially when eating out. So the food there is lovely. Their mild wings were lovely. The drinks there were lovely. The maybe a too lovely for Sean. The atmosphere was probably a bit too radiant for Sean.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you about the atmosphere for me when I got in there, right? I got in there.
It was too much for you. You couldn't handle it.
I don't know. You gotta explain to the people. But all I know is I went in there, sat down. It was a lovely night, though. The food was delicioso. Have a couple of kikis and laughs and stuff like that. It's nothing like a good time when you're laughing, But some other stuff transpired that I just don't remember.
All right.
So I'm gonna hand the wheel to him.
Let me see if I can sum this up quite nicely for the people. It's funny, but I gotta paint the image, because y'all wasn't there to see this.
Y'all sure wasn't.
So, mind you, the bar is packed. All the bar stools are taken except for one. That's on the left of Sean. And I'm sitting at the end of the bar. With my nice little drink. I think I was drinking a Stella at the time, which is it's a Budweiser bit. So and I forgot what you had, but you had a few shots that night.
I sure did. I remember the shots. I did.
You had a few shots. You had a shot of Patron, a couple shots of Patron. We also had a shot of Fireball.
Nah, see, I don't remember that.
You had a shot of Fireball.
Okay, that I don't remember.
You had a couple drinks. You had a
come on, I wasn't doing that much.
Yeah, man. You had a purple mother.
Motherfucker, I did.
You had a purple mother, and you had a vodka and cranberry. So let me paint the image. The lighting is a little low. We in there just regular talking about business, talking about stocks. Something we might bring to y'all in the near future.
Yes.
But while we're having our adult, about to be 30, grown-up conversation, to my right is the door to the entrance, and I see an older woman, not exactly sure how much older.
Same age.
Really?
Yes, same age.
Of course you would know.
Yeah, same
but
age.
An older woman walks in with a tall guy. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, they must be.
And I don't remember seeing that lady that he's talking about walking in with anybody.
Okay,
but that's not for me to remember.
That's not for him. You barely can remember the night. I'm just saying. So we sitting there, and I see her out the corner of my eye, but I ignores her, and I see them they talking or whatever. But wow. Unprofessional.
It happens, man.
It happens. Phone calls while we're recording.
It ain't as bad as somebody yelling. So I don't gotta worry about editing it.
We gonna keep it in there. Keep that one in.
That's for bloopers.
For the bloopers. But anywho, so we sitting there and I'm watching the scenery, you know, talking, having a good time, kikiing, hi-hiing, eating some chicken wings.
Mm-hmm.
And as the night goes on, I see my man's that the young lady walks in with disappears. And then she disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
She disappeared. Hold on 1 second, people. Sean, talk about the weather.
So the weather outside today, it is a nice. What is the degrees outside? It is a nice 45 degrees outside. I'm going to put that into Celsius, which will be probably about 10 degrees Celsius outside right now in the wonderful Hillside, New Jersey. Clear night. Wonderful Monday night, you know. And it's just really, really good to enjoy this weather while you can, alright? Because apparently it might rain one of these days. You don't want to be caught when it rains one of these days. So just enjoy this beautiful, crisp, 42-degree weather. And I'm going to tell you, wear a jacket, because you're going to need one tomorrow. Because it's going to be windy. Windy like blowing your house, the roof off your house. Windy like if you ride a motorcycle, grip onto that handle.
Alright, and we back. I had to hit a commercial break on that.
Oh man!
I'm sorry, great people. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you get important phone calls.
And it's all freestyle. This one, there ain't no cutting. This one,
there ain't no cutting. We're gonna keep everything live, live and uncut.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You so about
okay. So the gentleman dips, the lady dips, and our conversation continues. Right. I mean, I didn't feel like it was alarming, for me to continue to watch and keep an eye on, these people, because I'm closest to the door. So occasionally, if you're sitting at a bar and you drink, you want to be aware of your surroundings.
Right.
Always be aware of your surroundings and be aware of your drinks.
Yes. Yes.
If y'all remember a few episodes ago, we talked about the young lady who she may have allegedly had something tossed in her drink, and some crazy things transpired after that.
Speaking of tossing drinks later, there's a serious topic we're going to discuss, but we'll get back into that later.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but let me know. Anywho, when we get there, we'll get there. But so I'm sitting there, with my Diddy Bop on, got the shoulders rocking.
Diddy Bop.
Got the shoulders rocking.
Mm-hmm.
And Sean orders another drink, and I'm like, okay, Sean,
I know from his face. See, I don't remember ordering a drink, but I do remember a face when I got a drink. It was like, all right, that's your last one. Cause,
exactly.
See, when you got a good friend with you, he's going to let you know when, all right, you're reaching a limit where you do not need it. Like, you do not need it. You already had enough.
Right.
See, he could be like, all right, Sean, do what you want to do. He couldn't say that. And I could be like, I'm doing what I want anyway, but when you got good friends,
we're going to look out. We're going to look out.
And
so that's what was going on. And I told Sean, I was like, yo, man, slow down. Let's chill. Let's chill. And I told the bartender I'm not having another drink.
Mm-hmm.
I was good. Still sipping on my beer or whatever, and we had a few shots. So next thing you know, while we were laughing about some joke that I made, the same young lady that walks in with the guy pops in a chair that was empty next to Sean. Mind you, on the other side of her, so this is to the further left, there's a couple there that we seen there. They was there just as long as we was.
They was having a good laugh.
They was having a good time. I'm gonna tell you what they was laughing at in a second.
Yeah, because I don't have a clue. I'm gonna tell you this right now. When that lady came and sat next to me, I thought it was like a respawn. Like, she just popped up out of nowhere. I'm sitting there looking straight, and next thing I know, it's a lady next to me that wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I don't remember her physically sitting down there. I just heard a voice. It looked like, how'd you get here? But continue, man.
So she magically poofed it to the seat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh. And she like, ah. I had to do the voice.
That's what
I had to get raspy with it.
Oh, man.
What y'all drinking?
I don't remember saying that.
And I was like, nah, we done, we just chilling. And she was like, yeah, cause you need to go home, Sean. Cause I had said Sean's name and she picked up on it.
And I was like, yo, how'd you get my name? I know I had said that. Didn't I?
You didn't say that.
I didn't say that?
You just looked at her like she was weird. Cause she kept grabbing you. She put my man's arm in a chokehold like she was trying to put his arm in a headlock. Like she had the daggone sleeper move on his arm, shaking this man like, go home. You already had enough to drink. But then she switched the whole key up and was like, what y'all drinking? Cause I'm over here now and this is teamwork. We about to make this a team thing. I'm about to drink what y'all drinking. I don't know why her voice was so raspy or why her voice was so deep. But she definitely had a strong set of vocals. Strong set of vocals. You remember The Simpsons?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you remember there was Marge, right? And then she had the Sisters That Smoke. She sounded exactly like the Sisters That Smoke. I kid you not. And I don't like making fun of people.
Hey, yo, man.
I'm making jokes because your voice is your voice. But
I don't remember her talking like that. I could have saw she had a nice sweet tone voice.
It lightened up after she...
It did, right?
It lightened up after she sat there for a while.
Maybe it lined up when I started to lighten up. Maybe that's what it was. It was just a tandem thing. Maybe when I lined up, her voice lightened up.
So she like, what y'all drinking? And I'm sitting there like,
What did she wear?
I don't know, but she had something cut really low. I don't know what it was, but some type of tube top, tank top, type of thing going on. I don't know if it was quite a dress or what, but it was. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to her outfit. I just know she had on a wig, and you could tell it was a wig. But
she definitely is. And contact lenses.
Yes, but that's not where I'm going. I'm gonna stay from there. So we sitting there and she's draped over my man's, and I'm looking at the bartender. The bartender puts her hands up and walks all the way to the other side of the bar. Like she walked all the way down to the other half. There was already a bartender over there servicing those people. And now mind you, the couple is dying at this point. Cause my man Sean is getting shooken up like he, like it's a smoothie or something. He getting rocked, And I'm just sitting there like, whoa. So he starts tapping me on my leg, like, for the help, giving me the help signal.
And I usually don't I just didn't know what was going on.
And I'm like, wow. So the young lady and Sean starts having a conversation. Like he starts entertaining. And I'm like, okay, I guess you don't need my help. By this time the bartender had came back and was like, so what y'all gonna have? And so I'm like, well, maybe a vodka and cranberry. And she was like, yes. Cause she was down for the vodka and cranberry too.
I don't remember.
So I had already said that I'm not having another drink. And the bartender looked and was like, and Sean ain't said nothing. Sean is dead silent at this point, just bopping his head to whatever this woman is saying to him, because they was having their own conversation. And I'm like, is this really happening? Is this really happening? So,
there's only one part that I remember from that whole thing, which we'll be getting into shortly.
Right?
There's only one thing, man.
So, okay. So, before we get there, y'all was having a nice little conversation. The bartender walks back and she's like, "So you said cranberry and vodka?" She's like, "So, you want some Grey Goose?" I'm like, she's like, Grey Goose? She's like, Amsterdam? She's like,
that's what the girl said.
She's like, no, this is the bartender.
Oh, okay,
I'm talking to the bartender. You and her having a conversation. Me and the bartender laughing, and she's like, you're no help. And so I'm like, oh yes I am. So she's like, she's naming different vodka. She's like, Saveka? I'm like, no. See, you on the top end. I need you to get the house lady.
Oh, that's where
the house vodka.
That's where that was coming from.
And I was like, no, not even Tito's. So that's where That's where Not Even Titos came from.
So that's a y'all thing that they came from.
So she's like, house vodka? And she starts laughing instantly because she knows what house vodka is. For those who don't know, house vodkas are not the name brand ones. They're really low end.
The Chinese made ones.
I can't even say that. You know, they usually come in a plastic bottle. For those who know, reminds me of an old dungeon party when somebody bought one in and we used it as a soccer ball because nobody was going to dare drink that stuff. But shout out to the old school dungeon.
Yeah, shout out to the dungeon, man. Rest in peace to the dungeon.
Rest in peace to the dungeon. That was an old department.
We'll get there one day.
We got to get there
one day. So that's where that
comes from.
I'm thinking that's something she said or I said, but that's something.
No, that's something I said to her because I was like, Not Even Titos, because you know Titos is a very good vodka. Don't get me wrong.
I just discovered that's like the most popular vodka right now.
Pretty much, but it's not as expensive.
Yeah,
it's not as expensive as a Grey Goose or something, but it gives you a nice crisp taste. It's really good. But so I was like, not only the house vodka, but let's get the house cranberry too. And I was like, you know, the cranberry that you gotta add water to because it's still concentrated. And she's dying at this point. She's laughing. So she made 2 of them. And I looked, and I'm like, she gonna make another? I was like, nah, that's it. And you look at me, and when Shorty realized, because she kept asking what we drinking, when she realized she wasn't getting the drink, she kind of backed off. Next thing I know that...
Let me tell you something, man.
Go ahead, what you want to say?
I remember,
what part you remember?
I remember a part when I seen 2 cups to my 1 o'clock. Because I know I was facing her. Right. Then I just heard some commotion behind me. I heard some glass slide across the table, so I was like, okay, what's going on here? So I'm looking... And I'm like, okay, it's 2 cups here. What's that for? Because we wasn't paying attention with y'all.
But you had already ordered it too.
I know. I ordered it and then went over here. Cause I know I was over here. I was right there, right?
Yes, you was stationary, but you know you was moving just as quick back and forth.
Help speed because I was left and right.
I had to help you because you was about to order some exclusive joint.
Now
I had to throw in the vodka. That's when I threw in the vodka stuff because
I was going to order like exclusive.
You was gonna order some high end stuff.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I'm like, why? Why we about to give her a drink anyway? But you know that's me. You know I was told by a coworker that I'm dumb because I would rather choose not to go ahead and buy drinks for everybody. You know, but we'll get into that later. We'll get into that when we talk about dating and whatnot. But so yeah, while you bouncing back and forth and these 2 cups get here, and I looked because I was waiting to see if you was gonna give her one, because I had already said no, but I had grabbed the cup because I'm like, no, Sean. And then the bartender looked at you and I shook my head no, and she looked at me and gave me a wink and walked away back to the another couple. So you know, I don't know if you remember, but you started talking about this woman's phone.
I do. No, because
go ahead.
Now I remember this part. See, that's why I said it wasn't that messed up, but when it's dark, it's too much stuff going on. It's hard to concentrate. So we talking. She pulled a phone out of nowhere, right? We were still talking. I'm saying, now Zay, you know when I'm around somebody with you know what I'm about to say. I say, hey, what kind of phone is that? Man, this girl started spazzing. Man, she's like, what you mean? What kind of phone is this? And I just heard, as she just yelling, I just heard around looking and say like, oh my God, this is what I. She just asked for that, and then she was like, then is that when she was like, put my number on your phone? That's when she said that, right?
Before that.
Okay,
before we get there's something else that happened.
Okay, so you gotta keep going.
All right, so
I can't wait to hear this.
So you talking about her phone, and then she goes into a complete 180 from what we drinking to sob story, and she like, don't talk about my mother. I don't want to talk about my mother. Please don't bring her in here. and please don't deal with her because we not about to deal with my mother.
See, and I don't remember that part.
And I'm sitting there like, who was talking about
I didn't say that. We all looked over there. I even looked under the chair like somebody else.
What was going on? And I'm like, why is she so pressed? Man. So apparently this woman and her moms, you know, aren't really connected in some type of way. So I'm trying to hop over this at this point because she's draped all the way over Sean. Like she's like draped on Sean's shoulder, like you sitting on a chair on a couch with one of them little
like y'all think
throwovers.
we a straight couple or something if somebody walked in there. Because I remember her grabbing me and stuff like yo. I'll say this, like, because where she was sitting, you see how close she was sitting. You understand exactly what this was feeling right here.
I see. Yo, your whole arm must have been warm.
It wasn't warm.
There were no breezes getting to Sean's arm. It was swallowed.
Yes.
It was swallowed. But so after she switches, then she flips back to everything is cool. And so like you said, she told Sean to put the number in the phone. And
wait,
but before that,
all right, go before that.
Before that, she's like, I think she asked you something about a drink or something like that. And this part I didn't even know because I didn't hear the whole thing. But next thing I know, I hear her say, "So you want a sample?"
Yes. So,
and I was like, "Wait, what? Where this going? What y'all doing over there?" So the couple is at this point they're dying because they can hear exactly what she's saying.
See, and I didn't even notice the couple the whole time until she got up.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
We didn't get to that part.
Okay,
we didn't get to that part. We didn't get to that part. So this woman draped over Sean. Next thing I know, I hear her talking about samples. And Sean is like,
tell him exactly what I said.
Sean is like, a sample? What am I going to do with a sample?
Exactly. And
in the back of my mind, I'm like, why would you ask that? So she calls his bluff. She like, well, you can get the whole thing. And I'm like, whoa.
Hey, listen, man. Listen.
Murder Moose voice.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Do not come talking to me about no sample. I'm a grown man.
What the hell? So I'm just in the back of my mind like a sample.
They were surprised I said that though. You know,
I wasn't more so surprised at the fact that you said that, just at the fact that she called your bluff.
Oh yeah.
So Sean was about to get the whole daggone bakery, bumper sample. Sean was about to get the whole daggone pack of cookies. And I'm sitting here like, wow,
that was lovely.
This happens at bars. This is what happens at bars. Because if y'all know, I don't normally go to bars.
See, I'm a bar type of guy. And I had made a post on Facebook earlier because I just thought about all the times I went to bars, including with Ant. Whenever I'm at a bar, I'm always the guy talking to somebody. And right. I'm not even thinking about what they drunk or not. I find, even early with my grandpa, I'm thinking like, I'm sitting there starting a conversation, and then I realize I'm in the Matrix with him. And then we just talking, and then I'm realizing, all right, I want to stop talking now.
How do you back out of this conversation once it's full throttle?
Yes, man.
So if y'all know, y'all maybe can help us. How do we back out of conversations once it's full throttle?
Now,
without being mean.
Well, I'll be clear. I like the conversations though.
Sometimes.
I'm not gonna lie. I do like the conversations sometimes.
Did you like getting offered the whole daggone enchilada?
Oh, you know the vibes already. You know the vibes
Discussing the vibes.
Discussing the vibes. But I got real sober for whatever reason she said that though. You seen me? You like what?
So after this, right? Everybody's laughing except for Sean. Sean don't know
because I'm serious now.
The girl tells him to put the number in the phone.
Oh, I got another. Wait till you tell. I got flu. I had a phone.
And my man taps me and looks at me like I knew his number.
All right, so I'm gonna give it back to Sean now. I'm gonna say something. So, when she says that, because she just threw her phone with, put my number in your phone. I'm like, no, put your number in my phone. That's what she said, right?
Right. So when she said that,
I'm thinking, what is my work phone number? I didn't have my work phone on me. I said, I was like, shit. That's what I'm looking like. I was looking at say like, shit, what's my work phone number?
And why the hell would I know? I never called this man on his work phone.
And that's what
I realized I messed up because I'm like, I'm turning this way, like, say, what's my work number? You clearly tapped me, though. Like, you clear, if anybody knows, there's a silent tap, there's a secret blink, blink, homie, help me. And then there's the blatantly, hey, ayo. It wasn't quite an ayo. But you could see in his face that he was stuck. And she was like, so you don't know your own number now? And I was like, aw, damn. So now I'm turning looking at him like, how am I supposed to help? And I look at the phone. And I got the phone. And I put my number on the phone. See the phone ring. And I see me with the phone in my hand. And I'm like, oh, he called this phone right in front of her. So I'm like, okay. I already went that far, so ain't no getting out of that one. It's too late. I can't get out of that one. So I'm looking, and the girl's whole name pops up. I'm not going to say her name. But she automatically gets offended. Like, she automatically think now we on some 007 secret agents plotting to take over the world. Because she looks and she's like, oh, my whole government. Mind you, everybody knows phones have caller IDs. Yes. So if you own your own phone and you put it in your name, that's the name that's going to be associated with that number. So I'm like, nah, sweetheart, don't worry. We should console her like, hey, look. I snapped out of the drunkenness again. Like, look, listen. It's okay. It's just a caller ID. I'm not about to search your social. Like, nah. So I'm just sitting there, and then she dips off. She realized, and I know this sounds like a long-winded thing, but it happened in such a short window. Because once she figured out she wasn't getting that drink, she dipped. She was gone. Numbers was exchanged, and she was out. Right. So I'm sitting there like, oh, and then that's when the whole daggone bar busts open in laughter. And then I was confused, like, what's going on? Because that always happened with me. Like, I be just stuck in the moment that I'm not really too concerned about my surroundings until the smoke clears, and then I'm looking like, "Hey, what's up, everybody?" And I'm ass naked on the middle of the floor, and like, "Yo, why everybody looking at me like that?" Just use that example, of course. Theoretically, yeah. But so the bartender is like, "Ooh, no, ew," and then the other lady was like, "I guess she wanted the drink and ain't get it." This is the couple. So we all laughing. And I just kept saying, it ain't even Tito's, though. And again, I didn't know what was going on. Because throughout that whole little ordeal, I was going in and out. It ain't so even I was Tito's. Like, yo, what are y'all talking about? So I guess old man caught up to Sean because it sounds like he had a lot, but he really didn't have a lot. Telling me? Yeah. I did. You talking about as far as what? I didn't, but I don't know. Like I said, something with dark rooms and a little bit of liquor that just had me just not even. You just gone. I'm just gone. Yeah. You hashtag fifth dimension. You in the fifth dimension. I am. One of our listeners will catch that. That was an insider you don't even know about. So anywho, so that was the lead up to I guess we could say your birthday celebration. Yes. And for the sake of time, I'm gonna keep this one real short. So I'm gonna tell you how it goes, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe a few weeks before that, your lady calls me. Well, she didn't call me. She hit me up on Facebook like, yo, we got to do something for Sean's birthday. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no doubt. I was thinking the same thing. And she like, yeah, well, I got plans. I know I want to do like a Spanish restaurant. Mm-hmm. And so I'm thinking like Spanish or like Portuguese type of Spanish, or even though those are two different countries. I know that, people. Yeah, don't just relax on it. I know that. I know Portugal and Spain are two different. But I'm saying like Spain cuisine, or are you talking about, when we say Spanish, like Latino, like a Mexican or a Puerto Rican restaurant or something like that? So we go to something called the Ironbound section in Newark, which is heavily populated with Portuguese restaurants. And so
shout out to Ironbound.
We looking. Shout out to Ironbound. What up? We looking for different spots, and I sent her that spot. She like, okay, we'll go with it. We had a few other options on the table.
Mm-hmm.
We narrowed it down. She narrowed it down to that. I, kind of let her lead that. And then we was like, okay, well, we got to get you a cake. So I was like, okay, I'll buy a cake. At first, I wanted to go to my homie out in Ohio. Shout out to my man John Boy. Him and his wife do. Well, I'm quite sure it's more as his wife does the baking. I don't know if John Boy could cook or not. I ain't gonna throw him under the bus like that. But shout out to John Boy. Segue. If you ever get a chance, John Boy is like, in my opinion, one of the dopest, for lack of better terms, spiritualized, biblically based spiritualized rappers in the game right now. He's based out of Ohio. Give him a listen to. John Boy. Bandcamp, SoundCloud. He has his own station on Pandora. Check him out. Check him out. My man's is hot. But anywho, his wife does some baking, and I wanted to get the cake to her. I like supporting black-owned businesses and whatnot. But that really didn't work out because of shipping purposes, and your birthday would have ran into the time that she keeps what is called the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
Okay.
Which is a religious-based holiday found also in Leviticus.
Right.
So Leviticus chapter 23, if y'all ever interested, is right after Passover.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to go into that, the great details there, but for 7 days you eat bread that isn't leavened. And cakes have leaven and agents in it, so ideally she can't cook it.
Right.
So anywho, there was some restraints there, so she couldn't do it. So I'm like, okay, cool. There's a bakery in the hillside area that is pretty famous. It's called Titos.
The one on Liberty Ave?
No, that's not Liberty. Right off of Bloyd. Right on Bloyd.
By Hunt Looker, right?
No.
What am I thinking about?
You thinking of
about the one
Pizzeria? Yeah,
it's like a store around there. Wait, I'm not even going to try to guess right now.
Don't try.
I'm not even going to try.
Don't try. Titos. If I drop his information in the descriptions as well. Titos is a good cake maker. He's been in business for a good minute. Mm-hmm. A lot of people love his cakes. A lot of people in the New Jersey area get a lot of cakes from him. He made an exquisite cake with a bow tie on it. Said happy birthday, Sean, 30th birthday. We did it up. Real nice event. The idea was to have a nice little dinner, make it a little intimate. Mm-hmm. But we wanted the kind of to be more so a surprise. So nobody told you anything. But of course we was in the background sending out messages, don't tell Sean, surprise party. The people that got a chance to come out, there was a few people who didn't get a chance to come out.
That I found out that was supposed to be there.
Yeah, the idea was to make it intimate, a lot of your closest friends. Mm-hmm. So if you didn't get an invite from me personally, it wasn't no shade to you. I didn't know exactly how many people were supposed to be there. I was told to get a select few. So I thought of the people that had the closest relationship to Sean. Not me and Sean, but directly with Sean. So that was off the top of my head. If you feel slated, I apologize. It was not meant to be that way.
Hey, let me just say this, please. I want to just thank everybody that attended my birthday extravaganza. It was really lovely. The ambiance was really lovely. The smell of the food was really lovely. For the people that didn't come, I had no control of that. But we will meet soon. I've talked to a couple people, but we will be soon. But that's my birthday. It was a lovely birthday. One of the best ones I had in a decade. Got shout out to Usain, my lady. My friends that pulled up on my birthday, feel good to see another age, man. So, ready to hop on to another topic, man?
Yes, indeed.
So, the dude from The dude from Power, what's his name? I'm gonna say his name wrong. It starts with an O.
Amari?
Yeah, Amari Hardwick. There you go, that's his name. So
if we messed up your name, brother, my bad.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Amari Hardwick. That's the name of it. But so it was, which I didn't know, but it was an NCCAP. I'm saying it all wrong. Listen, I'm way off with the award show.
I think that Henny getting to you, man.
No, it isn't. I'm really trying to remember.
NAACP.
NAACP. My bad. Well, I said NCCAP. I was close. Come on now, but
bruh. I'm gonna have to teach you. Never mind. All right. Forgive my co-host for his ignorance.
No. Oh, yeah, see. No, I didn't mean it like that. But I apologize.
But go ahead. Continue. What's going on with this? Long story short,
I don't know if this guy had an award he was grabbing or what. I'm assuming that Beyonce and Jay-Z had won something, and they got back to the seats, and people walking by and whatever.
Right.
So this gentleman, Hardwick decides to give Beyonce a hug, and then give not one but 2 kisses on the face.
Okay.
The first one was, okay, in my opinion, was appropriate.
Uh-huh.
The second one, I'm like, okay, that wasn't necessary. But maybe I'm thinking you said something in her ear or something like that. Maybe that's what triggered the second one. But she clearly didn't like it. Like, you can see it on her face. She's like, oh my God, like, now what is this? Like, you can clearly see it on her face that it didn't even seem warranted for him to do that. So, of course, the Beehive, for those who don't know, Beehive is Beyonce fans. They all swarm with bee emojis. Y'all gotta stop with that too. Don't ever come on my platform with that. But they went on Mr. Hardwick's IG, started posting a whole bunch of bee emojis singing his ass. And
really?
He's just receiving a lot of backlash.
Wait. So you mean to tell me? And I understand the Beehive thing. I don't understand it, but I understand. You mean to tell me people took that much time out of their life?
Her
because Beyonce was offended?
It's not even that she was offended.
Was Beyonce offended? Has Beyonce come out and said she was offended?
If you see her face says it all. It was like, okay, that just happened. Like, she had look.
She kissed on the cheek.
He kissed here first. Right, he hugged, kissed here, said something to her lightly, then kissed her here.
Okay.
That was it. They
like it could have been like a miss. It could have because that has happened before.
Yes.
Okay, so
he kissed her twice. That's all.
That's okay. So this is my question. So I'm guessing we're trying to figure out if this is appropriate or not.
Right.
Well, if Beyonce had a face of not feeling appropriate or feeling uncomfortable, then I guess it wasn't appropriate. What I will say is, did he acknowledge Jay-Z?
Yes, he did. Did
he give him a pound?
It was Jay-Z first and then Beyonce. So,
so he acknowledged Jay-Z first. So he acknowledged them together as a couple.
Yes. So what I'm gonna do
is good. That's good. At least he did that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we about to watch this thing now.
I'm gonna show you right now. So you tell me what you
think. Okay. Maybe he smelled funny. Because if you notice, whoever the friend is in the front with the blue dress says something too.
That's one of their his co-hosts on, not co-hosts, his cast members on Power.
All right, you know what? It's an award show. He might have been a little bubbly. Could have been a bit of excitement. This is Beyonce.
I was about to say the same thing. Here's how I look at it. I'm just gonna listen. I'm probably gonna get some backlash or whatever. I don't even care. I felt like I wouldn't do that per se. Just one is enough. But then I was thinking of it like certain cultures, they do 2 kisses.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe it was one of them things, but he didn't just.
I'm quite sure, because we used to do it to all the young ladies used to do it in high school with us.
Yes. But
especially, it's a speaking of, Latino and Portuguese and Spanish thing, that's a thing that they do in their culture. Even the Italians do it.
Yes.
So I mean,
I was just thinking of it. Maybe it might be a little cold. I thought, looking at it, It just looked like two.
I don't think, looking at what you just showed me, it doesn't look like he meant harm by it.
But you see Beyonce face.
I do see Beyonce face. So maybe there was an exchange there that was unwanted. That's why I said maybe he smelled funny.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, that kiss was a little too close.
I'm just joking.
No, but that kiss was a little close to the mouth. But I think I had to put myself in that predicament. Like, you acknowledge Jay-Z already.
Yeah.
He acknowledged you fully. He know you're there. And then he did that. So I don't even think it's no ill intent.
I'm quite sure it wasn't.
I don't think it was ill intent, but I see a lot of women that's going over the top.
But that's partially because of, the culture that we're in today. And don't get me wrong, I love the fact that women have voices now and their voices are being respected. It's necessary.
Yes.
And it's long overdue. But I put it like this. Unless Jay-Z and Beyonce make a statement like they were uncomfortable, they were unpleased, they were unsatisfied by the situation, how far can we take it? We're not her. And I guess that's me not understanding the whole nature of the Beehive thing.
And I'm pretty sure behind closed doors conversations was had.
I'm quite sure too.
While all that drama in the social media world going on, they had a conversation behind closed doors.
I'm quite sure.
He hit up Jay-Z and Beyonce and said, "Hey, listen, I didn't mean no intent like that. I'm pretty sure it happened like that."
Or maybe Jay-Z hit him up.
Or maybe Jay-Z was,
or maybe Beyonce hit him up.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, we ain't in none of their shoes, and I darn sure ain't got none of their bread.
Sure don't.
Sound like a first world problem, man.
Mm-hmm. So I know one thing: if you kiss my lady like that, I mean, long as it don't look all crazy like you're trying to force something on her, you're okay. Because I know some cultures you do the two sides,
right? So
that's okay with me. When I first seen that, I was like, before I seen Beyonce face, I was like, okay, that looks like nothing's wrong,
right?
But when I seen her face, I was like, okay, I can see why she may take it like that.
She grimaced a little.
Yeah, because the camera's right on her. She knows exactly what's going on, how that's going to look.
Right.
Like, Beyonce not dumb when it comes to, like, this type of stuff. And, and by the way, if they are the couple that usually come out and speak on stuff, believe it or not, they actually come out and say, Jay-Z usually make comments about certain things, in recent times revolving him and his lady, so.
I'm an old man. I don't.
Yeah, I know. I know, man.
That sounds horrible. I mean, it's not necessarily a topic for me. I mean, I don't know. If they do say something, then good. If not, then Amari, that's his name?
Yeah, Amari Hardwick.
Yeah, continue to live your life, man. Make your bread. Shout out to you being on the power.
Yes, man. Shout out to you, man. So, listen, I want to get on to another topic real quick. Real quick topic. We in and out of these topics tonight. So this Cardi B topic that was going on. I'm gonna get this out of the way real quick. I'm gonna tell you. So I don't know how much you heard about it, but long story short,
I heard a little bit. I seen a lot of memes.
A lot of women.
Hold on. Speaking of memes. So apparently somebody superimposed her face
on Calico. Yeah. That was funny. That was hilarious.
Woo. It was another one where they had I think it might have been Michael Jordan dunking a ball. And they had her face.
I didn't see that one.
And they had like a big pill in their head, like he was like. They had the rim. The rim was a daggone cup.
Drugging nobody is not funny at all.
Not funny at all.
Making it clear, but sometimes
we do not condone.
Yeah, we don't condone that over here. But the memes were funny.
No, we don't like rape culture.
Yeah.
We understand that this is a very serious issue. Matter of fact, hold on. I gotta get real serious. for this one.
You want to cue the music?
Cue the music.
They go to right there. Actually, no, I don't have to cue that.
Cue the music. While we here, man. Let me make this announcement real quick.
Go ahead.
When it comes to the rape culture,
yes, sir.
When it comes to women and men being abused, when it comes to the trauma, and the fact that you have to live with that haunted memory throughout your whole life, it's scarring. So we don't take that lightly. That is not nothing to joke about. All right, so we do understand there's a level of seriousness here,
right?
But in all things, we kind of, understand that social media has a way of taking things and twisting them to light.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all we're doing here. We're taking the memes that were created and laughing at them, much like what you guys did with Bill Cosby, etc.
Because y'all was having a blast with the memes.
So understand we are not.
We taking this stuff serious.
We taking it serious, but we don't want.
I'm being a little hypocritical though too, because I when the whole 21 Savage thing happened, even though it was two totally different situations,
right? I
wasn't really a fan of the memes with his situation. But then I'm really not too, like, when it comes to memes, I gotta understand fully what's going on with something before I start laughing. I'm not one of them guys to just see something laugh. So, but we take that stuff real serious. We're not trying to harm nobody. That's not our intent, when we say we're laughing at memes. But yeah, so the Cardi B situation, that's what we're talking about, right? So long story short, there was a story that came out. Not even a story. It was this is another thing we're gonna get into another episode about breaking up old tweets, old videos of yourself. Like, we're gonna get to that another episode. But yeah, so it's basically an old episode. I said episode, an old video post that she did back in the day on IG or something like that. Not too long ago. Saying how
I think I heard something about saying it was just last year.
Maybe it might have been last year, or maybe,
I'm not sure because I don't really keep up with it. But
maybe it might have been a year or two ago, around that ballpark. But
I feel as though that same energy, and this is where I might be taken wrong. You know what I mean? I'm not taking wrong, but this is not the common argument here. But I feel as though that same energy that was held with Bill Cosby, and even a Harvey Weinstein character, if I said his name correctly, that same energy needed to be held across the board. I feel like
Harvey Weinstein is the only one that's kind of easy. He's not. I don't.
They laid off of him.
Well, apparently, allegedly, I just found out today, but I think his judge that was about to, when his case died.
Oh.
So, that's a spectacle. That's what I heard earlier from an incredible source. But yeah, allegedly his judge died or something like that. Well, the judge dealing with the case died. So something happened with it. Excuse me if it's false news. I'll come back on here and say it's false. You could come on here and then correct me, but that's what I heard earlier. So, but
okay,
I'm not even thinking about him because he should be on the top of all this.
He should, but he's not. He's not. But the thing that I want to say is, because a lot of people have a bad habit of looking at rape and abuse sexually and mental abuse and physical abuse like it doesn't happen to men.
It does.
And it does. And it does a lot often than you think. So let's just be mindful of that.
Yeah.
So I think that same energy, that same level of conviction need to be held. Especially if, from what I heard, I didn't watch, I'm not on social media like that. But I was told that this woman admitted to these things.
Yes, on video.
So if you out here saying that you've drugged people and robbed them, or drugged them and did something to them, then robbed them,
nah, I ain't gonna front.
That's rough.
Well, you ready to hear something from Sean that is a reach?
Sure.
Now, you heard the side. Now, when I heard the story initially, I'm like, that's all she did? Because when I think about Bill Cosby, now, granted, it is the same thing. They both took humans under their will via drugs, right? Basically, they got what they want out of it. They got them incapacitated with the drugs, right? Right? Okay. So I'm on this ledge by myself. But I looked at it like this initially. Cardi didn't. Actually, no. Let me stop for a second because I just realized something. I realized something that I heard yesterday that she said that I changed my mind about that. So I totally forgot about that part. So
what you mean? What happened yesterday?
So well, I'll have to say this. Originally, I was like, well, she just drugged them and robbed them. I mean, at least he ain't sticking in the boot. That's what I thought initially. Just being ignorant a little bit. But then I was like, nah, that's not cool, because I wouldn't be in that predicament. But then I heard out of her mouth saying on the video that, oh, you know, I'll do that, and then me and you, and it'll be a threesome, and then you'll wake up, and then you get sucked by a tranny. It'll be a tranny. And then that's when I was like, okay, Cardi. I personally was like, you know what, Cardi, nah. We don't do that over here. Like, that's like, I can't even say nothing, because you know what that is. She said that.
That's rape.
Well, yeah, in that case, yeah. I ain't thinking about rape.
There's no that is sexual abuse.
Listen, man. That part, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That part was like, okay. I ain't even thinking about that. I'm just thinking like, nah, you ain't doing that. I was just thinking like, nah, we're not doing that.
So look, this is what we have here, right? And everybody's like, this whole. And I'm glad these issues are starting to be talked about, because the more they're made aware and the more these things are discussed, the less likely they are to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? In hopes. I hope. Because you don't know what's on the mindset of people.
Right.
But I hope these things are becoming a deterrent. And people are now beginning to speak out. And men, be encouraged to talk. Be encouraged to go and speak out if, you know, you're in a position. You know what I mean? If something has happened to you. It's important, man. It's really important. So, yes, I mean, with that being said, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, man.
Say something. I would like you to, but let's be honest, men's not going to come out and say nothing.
Because that's the problem, man. We gotta move away from that level of pride, because you want to know what happens? This is how we get into without going too deep. Right? This is one level of this overly masculine, or what they're saying, toxic masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
This is one aspect of it, because there are people out here that are walking, living with trauma and hurt and have no outlet for it. So what they then do is, okay, I have to go and get my dominance back. I have to go and get that power back. So what do? They use whatever aspect that they have to go and impose their will on someone else. There's no healing there. When you continue that vicious cycle, where does the heal happen? The healing happens when we begin to stop that cycle. And if speaking out is how we open up the doorway to stop that cycle, then speak out. Speak up and speak out. Because at the end of the day, we're not dealing with a level of pride here. It's not a matter of pride. It's a matter of health.
Right.
I'm gonna rest on that.
Deep. That's deep right there. It's just hearing that. It was a little sickening hearing that second part. Listen, to my fellow men out there, if you really are caught in that predicament, say something. If you really is caught in that predicament where you find yourself in a predicament when a woman insulted you, say something. Don't be you put your pride to the side, because that's not a ride that you're going to enjoy. Put your pride to the side and get yourself checked out. You know, get the law involved if you have to. You know, over here we are civilians, so I will tell you to go to the law, just straight up. We both will. I could agree on that, right? You know, so that's nasty what she done. You know, again, last time I'm going to say it to my fellow men and women, if you've been abused in any type of way or felt drugged or any type of way, say something to somebody, get the law involved, get whoever done it to you under the jail or whatever. But on to one of our next topics. Should we wrap it up with some sad news, man?
Yeah, man. What you had in mind, Sean?
First things first. Razor blades. More plates. I want to say rest in peace to the great battle rapper out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Tech 9, man.
Rest in peace, Tech 9.
Really sad hearing that type of news, you know, the week of my birthday. And really, man, you know, watching him, you know, we can all say we watched the battle of him like way back in the day. Yeah. We all can really say that.
We know. I mean, you know, I'm probably not gonna say I'm not an avid watcher of battle rap, but right. You know, I've been watching battle rap since his first really started taking off with the Smack days. Mm-hmm. So I remember him from you know, back in the day. I also remember him from the work he was doing now with the Champions show
platform.
He was doing.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to Champions.
So yes, man. Just prayers to check his family. Really, you know, that hit home, but I think one that hit home also yesterday. Dang, yesterday, man.
Yo, before you even go into that, man, this was a pretty rough week as far as you know, the past couple months has been a few different people that has passed. Some stuff we talked about off air. Mm-hmm. Some stuff we felt it wouldn't be best to talk about on air.
Right.
But you know, just as far as losing life, there's a lot of things. But speaking of yesterday, go ahead, man. Breaking news.
Yeah. So yesterday, rap out of Los Angeles, California, Nipsey Hussle has been gunned down, you could say.
Yeah.
And in front of his business. You know, the news, man, hearing that news yesterday, me and you going back and forth, me not believing it for half the night was just surreal to me. And just looking at, you know, we think about the musicians that enter our life out of, you know, our years, especially me being 29, you being your age. It's not too many that I could say that really hit home for me personally like this one, that really kind of motivated me in some type of way. Like, if you look at Nipsey's story, man, started from the bottom like anybody else in the urban neighborhood, selling mixtapes out of his trunk, but $100 a pop. Man was selling $100 a mixtape. Somebody come to $100, say, hey, I'm selling my mixtape $100. I'm not buying it. But he didn't care about that. He sold out them. And that was just enough for me to want to start listening to his music, man. You know, being out the West, of course the West and the East is different, you know. But just seeing his growth from an ex-street dude selling out mixtapes out his trunk to like really cleaning up his image, really nice looking, really sharp, to even his, you know, his entrepreneurship and in some stocks. I didn't know this, but he was a stock investor.
Yeah, no.
Stock, real estate, I didn't know that. I did not know that. I know he was doing a lot of investment stuff lately, but I thought it was like cannabis related.
Right. So, yeah, man. Into a lot of different things, right? Into a lot of embracing. And this is the thing that I don't like, man. And it's sad because we see people who decide to kind of change their life from what the narrative that was given. Instead of embracing what was given, they decide and find something different. And, you know, they decide to do something new and kind of recreate. And as I see, I really wasn't an eye shot, but I seen on Facebook and Instagram today people were saying some negative things about this guy.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't personally see it, but I had a good friend comment on it. And, you know, talking about his past life and the fact that he was, gang affiliated. But at some point in time, we have to realize where we take away. Although, you know, I don't promote gang violence. I don't promote gangs, much of anything in that realm, right? I know it's something that eats away at our culture, but at the same time, it's a very deep interwoven aspect of our culture. Whether it's something that's been given to us by circumstance or something that's caused us to react, it's there. So we have to do something with it. And, you know, I've been posting a lot on Facebook as far as, you know, telling people to be vigilant and be aware and stop just talking, but add that element of doing. He was firmly adding that element of doing, not just from like how you just mentioned some of his financial accolades, but even so much as far as giving back to the community, employing people in the community, helping people do what they have to do to kind of help themselves and increase themselves. He was giving back to, or changing that narrative. He was going in with his hands and applying work. I seen a tweet from the police commissioners out there, and it was saying he was supposed to meet with them today to sit there and talk about how we can begin to curb this aspect of gang violence. Now, whatever may be the situation that transpired before he was shot, that's that. You know what I mean? And we can't overlook it and act like it's not there, act like it didn't happen. But what we also can't do is sit there and act like this is something that needs to be in our community. Just like how he was making steps to kind of change that narrative, we need to each plant. If we're going to build the platform off this man dying, and have this type of buzz and this type of heartfelt, feelings and emotions behind it, that means we need to take that and apply it into action. Use the legacy that he was creating to do something more. Because this is not something that we have to have in our communities.
Absolutely not. You're right.
You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I don't want to begin to be overly preachy, but looking at this situation, it was something that I seen as, an eye opener. Because, for one, our time is always, man.
It is. Seeing that yesterday just randomly, I could be at work tomorrow and something happens to somebody I know. It's just life.
So, or something can happen to you. There's not one breath that's promised to us,
That's
man.
true.
So, this is what I say. While we're drawing breath on this earth, while we're moving, breathing, whether you feel it comes from the universe or you feel it comes from God or whatever's in between, do something positive with that. Use that breath that you got to enhance life for yourself and someone else. Because it's time, especially within our communities that's been ravaged, raped, pillaged, plagued with such negativity and hurt. The only people that's going to help build us out of this hurt is us. It's kind of one of them things where if we are stuck in a barrel, we either need to find a drill or a hammer to get us out of it. It's time to stop being crabs.
Get that chisel.
It's time to stop being crabs, man. And
that was nice, man. That was really sculptured, man.
Sorry, man. It's just something that's been on my mind for a while now, because all in all, we got these things that we're dealing with as far as our community, and it's a lot. I can go way deeper, man. It's a number of scriptures I can hit. This can be a lecture, but I'm not going to do that to the people listening. I'm just going to say, we want y'all to talk about it too. If y'all hurt, if y'all mad, if you're sad, express that anger, but tell me what you're going to do to change the situation.
And I want to say this too,
not just talk about it.
Action is everything. Again, man, it bothered me yesterday, man. It's still messing with me, man. But I wanted to say this to the beautiful city of Los Angeles, man. Turn up for him. Because that's all he wants y'all to do right now is just celebrate his life right now. Like,
better yet, even within that, I say, instead of, because that's a moment. Turning up is just a moment. How about we take this opportunity and continue to build where he left off?
There was conversations of that.
You know what I mean? Not just conversations. I know there's the stuff with Dr. Sabi and the conspiracy theories. I'm not even going there tonight.
Yeah,
we can say that for another time. We can say that for another time.
Any conspiracies though?
Back in the day, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Right now, only thing I'm saying is the shared facts. And the shared facts is this man was killed. this man was killed while trying to do something for his community. Whoever with the hit, that was the purpose or the reason behind it, you know, we gotta move forward. And what I mean by action, and what I mean picking up where he left off, begin to change that narrative. And that's any city, that's any hood, that's anywhere where dark and melanin people reside. Even where there ain't dark and melanin people, it's time that we start grabbing our communities and doing what we have to do. And I rest my case on that.
Well said, man. Well said, man. While you're here, I gotta say I love you. Appreciate everything you do, brother.
Much love, man.
You know, rest in peace, Nipsey, man. You know, this has been a beautiful episode. Can't believe it. Episode 5 already, man.
Yeah.
Episode 5.
Y'all continue to give us suggestions. Continue to give us comments. Let us know how we doing. And, you know, we're gonna keep giving you the energy as best as we can.
I gotta say this last thing before we go, man. Please let us know what you think about the pod. We're gonna have our ups and downs, our smiles and frowns. Spread love from a local to your town. Our vocals is gonna be your sound. And on that note, this has been episode
5
of
Discussing the Vibe.
Yes, sir. Easy.